right. That's 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 right. Receive this word, white man. That's right. That's right. That's right. You celebrate Christmas, don't you, brother? And it's a white holiday. White holiday. Black power. Black is power. Black is power. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Black is power. Black is power. Oh man. Brother, can I speak to you, please, man? Lost another. Do you feel as if this is right? Boys, you need to come join us, bro. That's right. You need to come join us. That's right. That's right. We are not equal. That's right. Our ancestors did not live for this. That's right. Poison. 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 You will not stop our brothers or sisters from the Constitution. That's right. That's right. I'd rather be in the cell than to be in hell.
All right, Shalom, this is Gamali Yalo of Great Millstone, Atlanta. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakudash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Akim, pushing out this truth and sincerity. All right, this is a quick lesson, and this is gonna be entitled "Laugh It Up, Jake, Laugh It Up." And this is in response to, of course, the Drewski skit. I'm a few days late behind on this because I'm a few days late behind on this because my my Satan, my phone, I'm not able to record lessons right now. Yeah, this guy Drewski, or we call him Drewski, because he's making mockery of the Israelites, man. He's making mockery of the truth, and really he's making mockery of these other groups, specifically IUIC, with the marching. They got the groups that have the, the megaphones and the microphones, and they do all the extra antics. Us at Great Millstone, we just teach. All right, we're the most, I was telling someone the other day, we're the most normal group there is, as far as Israelite groups, because all we do is teach. We go out there and teach. We put up our videos weekly, and we just go to work, and that's it. These other groups, they're doing all the extra antics, fashion shows, rap battles, and Israelite dating shows, and all these different stuff. All these different antics and things of that nature. Okay, but the Lord's not dealing with that. All right, the Lord's not dealing with, the Lord's not dealing with, these extra antics. All right, and the Lord's definitely not dealing with Drewski. All right, because, this is not a laughing matter. Okay, this is not something to play about. Look, man. We're in serious times, okay? We're in the end times, all right? The Bible is is nothing to play about, all right? The Lord's wrath is nothing to play about, all right? So he really should have just, stayed in his lane, stayed in his comedy lane, and left it to, he shouldn't have got into this particular skit, all right? Because you see what happened to this guy Ricky Harris, all right? This guy Ricky Harris was judged. So let's get some precepts. This is Proverbs. Let's start with this. One moment. Let me get it. Proverbs 1:20. I'll start at 20. It says, "Wisdom crieth without; she uttereth her voice in the streets." And yeah, so that's what you see. An example of is. When you see brothers teaching, that's wisdom crying out in the streets. Okay. The Lord commanded us to go out there on the highways and byways. And then you also have Jeremiah 28:8. It says, "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied against many kingdoms, against evil, pestilence, preaching evil, pestilence, and woe." So that's our job. Okay. Our job is to preach destruction, all right, to be the mouthpieces of the Lord, YAHAWASHI, All right, but it says, she crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. And yeah, so a lot of these people that commented on this video, and they mocked, we say to you, how long will you love simplicity? Because you're delighting in your scorning, you're delighting in foolishness and folly. This is a joke to you. Everything's a damn joke to you. All right, but you're gonna find out the hard way that the Lord, look, man, the Lord and the prophets are gonna get the last laugh. All right, the Lord and the prophets are gonna get the last laugh. All right, because let's see, Proverbs 1:26, it says, I will laugh at your calamity, I will mock when your fear cometh. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna laugh. All right, we're gonna laugh, man. We're gonna be happy to see you people get judged and taken out the way. You're gonna be done. Look, man, the game plan, we're just watching you. We're just spectators. We're just letting you be foolish and make these idiotic jokes and whatnot. But the table's gonna turn. All right, that's why we're gonna laugh. We're gonna then, because right now we're in mourning. We hate it here. We're vexed. We're vexed with the conversation of the wicked. We're vexed, with you guys thinking, this is a game. So guess what? When your vexation come, all right, via judgment, via starvation, all right, we're gonna mock, we're gonna laugh and be merry, okay? Because we're gonna be like, it's gonna be a good feeling, because we're gonna be like, I told you so. Then being an Israelite won't be so much of a joke then. All right, because it's gonna be the truth. It's gonna be apparent that we are the truth. When you read Ezekiel 33, go to the last verse, it says, then shall be known who are my servant, who are my chosen. When the prophet, when it cometh to pass, then shall it be known. So that's when we're gonna know. That's when you people are gonna realize, damn, this was the whole time. This was the truth. These guys look crazy. They preaching about so-called Jesus being black and all these different things. They crazy. They look crazy as hell. They got these long dresses on or whatever, whatever they say. But it looks crazy, but it's really the truth. They're going to realize, damn, look, man, this is the truth. They was really right about the whole Bible, So that's what's going to happen to you people, man. Supreme judgment, chaos, Then I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna keep going. It says, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, for they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. Yeah, so they hated knowledge, man. They didn't want to take heed. They didn't want to listen, but it's going to come as, your destruction is going to come as a whirlwind. All right, that's not a pretty sight. That's not these aren't nice words. These aren't nice, good things that's going to happen to you. All right, what's going to happen to you is pure chaos and destruction. All right. Let's see. Hated knowledge. Let's see. I'm gonna close on this if I can find it. This is Revelation 6 and 7, it says, be not deceived, Yahawah is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that he shall also reap. So yeah, whatever you sow, you're gonna reap. Okay, you made your bed, you gotta lay in it. Okay, so God is not mocked. There's another one. Matter of fact, let's get this. Because this is basically what this guy is doing. He's mocking. 2 Chronicles 36 and 16. But they mocked the messengers of the Most High and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people, till there was no remedy. So yeah, they're mocking us. They're making jokery, they're basically despising our words, and they're misusing the prophets. How do you use a prophet? By taking heed. You gotta be, you gotta listen, give ear. These, the prophets are the ones that are well versed in the scriptures. We understand, the Lord's judgment. We're closer to the Lord. And instead of, you giving ear, okay, you're scoffing, you're making a joke out of it. So like I said, the Israelites gonna get the last laugh. These guys are gonna be through, totally through. So laugh now, laugh it up, Jake. Just laugh, keep laughing. But yeah, that's it. Just want Lord willing, you edify, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Shalom.